guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah and this is Walter. Walter is my van, for those of you who are new here. He's a 2001 Ford Econoline E250. I live in here part-time, so mostly during like the spring, summer, fall-ish time of year. In the winter it's just too cold, so I'm currently living in an apartment. Over the winter I really just do like shorter trips in here because it's not quite as comfortable as when it's warmer, obviously. Anyway, now that spring is upon us, if you can hear the birds chirping in the background, that's what that is. Basically, I've just been itching for some just the first couple of warm days to come out here and really spring clean, because I did not do a good job cleaning before I got the apartment and moved out of the van, so it is a little kind of gross in here. So I'm going to do some spring cleaning, and it got me thinking about some of the things that I want to update in here. Since I've been living in here for about 2 years, I've had a lot of time to really get the feel for things that could be improved upon and things that just could be a little bit smoother or just nicer. I have noticed a trend in the van life community on YouTube of making videos titled "Things I Hate About My Van," and those get a lot of views, and I just couldn't do that to Walter because I don't really hate anything in my van. I lived in here for 2 years now, and at most they're just mild inconveniences or things that I could just change to improve on. They're nothing that make me hate living in here. So I don't know. So I figure while I'm doing my spring cleaning in here, I will just take you along with me, and I will point out the things that I'm thinking about renovating in the next couple of weeks, things that I've had on my mind for quite a while and just haven't gotten around to doing. And that way I figure maybe it will be helpful for the people who are thinking about building out a van. You can learn from what I'm planning on updating, and you can just apply them to your first time around build and skip having to renovate later. Enough with the talking, let's move on. So this is the bed area, and I just want to point out, my head nearly touches the ceiling. Walter is a low top van. Most people who convert vans buy something that's a high top, something you could stand in. I did not, so this is what I have. When I sit on the bed, my head hits the ceiling if I sit up straight. This L-shaped counter comes out right next to the bed, so I'll spend a lot of time sitting here working, but I can't sit up straight. And that in itself wouldn't be such a big deal, but also half the time I back my van up to some beautiful views, because it's so nice to hang out in bed and look at the views, right? And I can't sit out the back of my van because my head hits this portion, because I think it goes down in the back. My head just hits this. It's not comfortable at all. You either have to sit with your head out of the van or in here hunched over. I would love to just sit out the back. So my solution for this, oh, I got a lot of cords. What? Oh my god. These are my old AirPods that I thought I left somewhere in Georgia. I haven't been able to find these. I haven't been able to find these for 6 months now. Oh my god, and they're still charged. Great. Okay. I should have done this spring cleaning a long time ago. Okay, I just recorded a whole bunch of me talking and making the bed, and I didn't record any of it. So, anyway, let me just tell you. My solution for this mattress problem is, so my parents have this hot tent that they built out on some land that they own, and I camped there a couple weeks ago. There's a video if you want to watch it. I'll just throw it up somewhere. I camped out there, and the mattress that they bought for that, I was like, I love this. It's a super lightweight tri-fold mattress, so it flips up into 3, so it just becomes a thing you can shove away. But it's super lightweight and it does that, so I was thinking that's awesome. Because A, this mattress that I have is really freaking cumbersome. It's super heavy. It's 9 inches tall, which is so unnecessary for a mattress in a van. Like, what was I thinking? But this trifold mattress is super lightweight, 4 inches tall, so I have tons of headroom extra. It's more than half this height. It's half this height? It's more than half the height of the mattress that I currently have. Yeah, I was thinking I can like fold it up that way and maybe have like some sort of couch area in here. I don't know if that'll work, but yeah, I'm just thinking it'll be like a whole lot better of a world to live in over in this side of the van. Next thing that I'm thinking about updating is these drawers. The two things that I'm thinking about updating in here, one, which I'm not super concerned about, these drawers are really heavy and they're not on tracks, so they're not on like the little slidey pulley things that most drawers are on, so you kind of have to heave them to get them out. And my dad suggested when I was building it to put contact paper, like slippery contact paper, on the underside and on the underside so that it slides on itself, and it just is a little bit easier to pull and move because they are heavy. They've been fine, it's just a little bit more elbow grease to get them in and out. So I might do that if I happen to be in the time and place where there's contact paper and like it all happens to fall into place. We'll see. So for those of you who don't know, I'm living with a boy currently who I met last summer and traveled all around with, and he lives in his truck part-time. But I helped him build out his truck, and we put drawers in his build, just like these. I suppose I should use his name. His name is Mav. But Mav's dad basically built him little compartments in all of these drawers that like section things off. I'm a pretty tidy person, so like when I have clothes in here, I can keep it really tidy, but I've been jealous of his drawers ever since. So just something I'm interested in doing. I think that's more pressing than the slidey contact paper. And I'll show you in the back what the back looks like. Right now it's a mess. That side would also really benefit from compartments. So you can kind of see how like all of this stuff is all over the place. It's all the stuff that like I don't use on the daily. So like tents, sleeping bags, hammocks, picnic blankets. I'll keep my figure skates back here because I like to find open skates during the summer and get some exercise that way. Tools, cheap snorkeling gear, all sorts of fun stuff. Okay, so one of the other big things in the van that totally could have been avoided if I hadn't been lazy is these cabinet doors. Well, not these ones specifically, but like all of them. So if you see this, when I close it, it's still kind of got a gap here. It's because these doors have been warping. When I made them, they were perfectly flat and they fit very flush and nice and neat. And I can't even say I wasn't warned, because I was totally warned that they were going to warp. And I was just like, I am so tired of working on this damn van. Because, you know, you work on these like giant projects, you know, gutting it and then putting in the insulation and then the walls and then building the big furniture pieces. And so by the time I was making cabinet doors, I was so fed up with working on projects. I was just like, let me put them in and let me get on the road. Like, I want to go. Yeah, now both summers they've been warped. In the winter they're much better, but in the summers when it gets really humid, the wood just soaks up the moisture and these boards can just be like a C curve. Like it's pretty funny. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to take a day and take them all off and coat them in, I'm not sure what it's called. I should have done my research before filming this. But there's like a solution that you can coat it in and it'll lock the wood. I think it's just like a water resistant coating, so like no moisture can get in and warp the boards, which just sounds like a really monotonous day. Another renovation that has been on my mind. Oh, I gotta fix this. This broke off. Oops. So when I'm on the road, I sell clothes online, and so my front seat tends to accumulate all sorts of clutter, lots of clothes. So in order to kind of have more storage space, what I was thinking is trying to figure out some sort of way, and I still have to figure out how to do this so that it's still safe for a passenger to sit here, but some sort of way to mount this chair on top of like a box with a drawer so that I've got more storage space, so I can put like more clothes down there or something, anything, literally anything. I just need more storage space. If I could somehow find like a metal box with a drawer pull out to mount the seat to. I still have so much troubleshooting to do on that. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it, if I can at all. While we're on the topic of this chair, I really want to be able to swivel this. If I could put like some sort of swivel base on the bottom of it, that'd be so awesome, because I don't really have anywhere to sit in the van when I'm in the back end of it other than the bed. So if I was able to swivel this, I'd have that much more space to like make it a dining area. If I could figure out, if anybody has suggestions, if anybody's like kind of figured out their own swivel base somehow, or like knows like installed their own swivel bases on a 2001 Ford Econoline or something, any tips would be really nice, or like links to sites where I can buy them or whatever. Especially since I don't have that ceiling space to stand in, having that extra like big place to sit would be ideal, especially since I work in my van. I've got a big crack in the windshield that I need to replace the windshield for, which is a bummer, but at least I have glass insurance. Got to get a little checkup from a mechanic just to go over like fluids and general things, just to make sure Walter is okay after winter. I think that's about it. I might change the color. It's kind of a white, creepy van right now. I don't think I'd do anything crazy because I do like the fact that he kind of looks like a work truck. Maybe I'd do like kind of a beige tan color. Right now, the white is like a glaring white that if I'm like out in nature is just like a big eyesore. So I think maybe a tan van might be a little bit better. That would also be a big undertaking. So I'll have to just think about it. So to end this video, I'm going to do another little giveaway. Last week's video giveaway went over really well, so I think I'm going to just try keep this up as a hopefully weekly thing. I really enjoy doing them, and it feels like another little way to connect with you guys. This week's giveaway is for this hat that says Cry Me a River, and this hand stitched. I made this hat, well, I didn't make the hat, I hand stitched the little thing on the front. And so if you want to enter, all you have to do is A, like this video and subscribe to my channel, B, follow me on Instagram, linked below, and C, comment Cry Me a River and your Instagram handle so that I have a way to contact you if you do win. Go ahead and do those things. I will be announcing the winner on May 8th, 2020 at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Unfortunately, because I'm still trying to figure out like the shipping situation, I can only provide this within the US. But if you're outside of the US and you are really wanting this hat, if you do win, or you can enter if you're willing to pay your own shipping, just because I haven't quite figured that out yet. So, yeah. I don't want to disclude anyone, I'm sorry. Anyway, as always, thank you for watching. I'm so happy I get to share this little corner of the internet with you guys every week. And I hope you guys have a nice day. Bye.